Okay, so you just saw the unboxing of this Maytag WindTunnel model U5450. So as I said in the unboxing, which unfortunately I had to do as a two-part video, but never mind, battery died. But as I said, I'd do a separate video doing an overview of this and a bit of a demo of it, because otherwise the video would have just gone on forever. So here we are. So, as I said, it's model U5450. This was the UK version of the Hoover WindTunnel, and in fact it's very similar to another model that was sold in the USA. I'm not sure the model number, but it did have this same translucent blue colour to it. But I think the version in the US that was the Hoover branded one had a bag full piston on the bag door, but I think the machine was exactly the same. But of course this is 240 volts and not 120. But anyway, here it is. So it had to be branded Maytag in the UK because Hoover US and Hoover UK were separate companies at that time. Hoover UK and Europe were owned by Candy of Italy, and Hoover USA was owned by Maytag. So Candy, which owned Hoover in Europe and the UK, owned the rights to the Hoover name being used on their cleaners. So Hoover USA being a different company, even though it's the same name, they couldn't use the Hoover name on the WindTunnel or on the products that they introduced into the UK as vacuum cleaners, so they had to brand them Maytag. But other than name, this is a Hoover WindTunnel. But anyway, that's that. So it's a 14-inch wide cleaning path, so it's very wide, and you get the cleaning done really fast. Actually, I was just having a go of it before, and it really does clean quite quickly. So you have a nice bumper that runs all the way around the front here. Again, you've got this lovely translucent blue hood here, but it won't get damaged by the sand and things hitting it from the Brushroll, because there is an internal Brushroll housing inside here, so this will stay nice and shiny blue and won't go that horrible colour when it gets dirty like some translucent cleaner heads do on vacuums. So you've got the nice WindTunnel branding there, and just above that you've got a 5-position height adjustment. So you've got the lowest is hard floors, and you've got your sort of low pile, medium pile, long pile and shag pile or extra high pile carpet. I normally leave it on the 3rd setting because the Brushroll on this is very, very aggressive, and it tends to run away with itself on this low pile carpet, so I tend to leave it on the 3rd setting, because otherwise it either makes a burning spell from the belt, or it tends to propel itself across the room. So I don't find it does that on the 3rd setting, so that's the one I've been using it on. So again, above that you've just got the Maytag branding there, and then you have the headlight here. It's a very bright headlight. I was quite surprised actually how bright it was, but I mean that's nothing unusual from an American vacuum to have a headlight. They swear by them for some reason. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, I do love headlights. I think they're really funky. But you have the little control panel, if you like, just above the headlight. So you have the electronic performance indicator, basically a bag check light. Then you have this other gubbins here. It's called the embedded dirt finder. Carpet is clean when the light turns green. So basically you have a red light and a green light, and there's a little sensor just inside, you can't really see, but just inside of where the hose fits in that goes to the bag. And when you pick up sand particles or there's dirty particles on the carpet, it will sense that through the sensor and turn this light to red, telling you that it's dirty. when there's no more dirt being sensed by the sensor, it turns green, and that tells you that the carpet's clean. Now, we did have a very similar thing to this on our top of the range Turbo Power 2 and 3s and Turbo Power 1000s, and the very early Pure Powers had it as well. That was called AutoSense, and it did a similar thing with the lights changing, but it actually ramped up the speed of the motor, so it turned up the power to help you pick up the excess dirt. But it still sensed it just the same in the bag connector, just like this one does. But the only difference being with this one, it doesn't turn up the motor power, it just changes the lights on the little panel there. So it does have a high and reg, or regular, switch. So I normally leave it on high because I like to have my carpets as clean as they can be. Not that I'd probably rely on that light, but you know, I'd just leave it on high. But if you were just a general consumer or you weren't that bothered, you could leave it on regular. But like I said, I like it on high. But I do like that little slogan there, carpet is clean when light turns green. I think that's quite fun. So above that is the bag door. As you can see, it says Maytag WindTunnel technology with a little vortex picture on it. So it's got an easy open bag door, apparently. Press down, it says. So off comes the bag door. So like I said, it is a translucent blue. I don't know what Maytag call this blue, but it's quite a nice colour anyway. So here's the bag. It's a Type Y. You can see that. There we go. So very similar to a Turbo Power 2 bag, but there's an extra pleat. Turbo Power 2 bag's probably only about that wide, whereas this has an extra additional one. It opens out twice as much. So at the bottom of the bag compartment here you have a little grill there, and under that grill is a little pre-filter. So it's nothing more than a scouring pad, but you know, it traps the larger particles. I suppose it's not that see-through. It might be a decent filter for trapping the dust, but anyway, lovely and clean bag compartment. Not sure how long that'll stay that way. The little grill sits on top of that filter just to keep it sealed in nicely. So I think the bag is a double layer. It's non-reusable. I don't think in the USA they did reusable bags around this time. I think in the UK we'd stopped doing them, but definitely on the Turbo Power 1s and Turbo Power 2s you could have a little bag slide at the bottom of the bag there, and you'd slide it off and unfold it, and you could empty it and reuse it again, which I suppose was a good idea at the time, but it's not something I'd do. But anyway, that's the bag in, and the door just clicks back into place. I'm not sure if I said this, but there was a US model in this same translucent blue colour, but the only difference being that I could tell was of course the lettering, and the fact that the US Hoover version had a bag full indicator piston there, as this one doesn't, but that was the only difference I noticed. Another thing I forgot to mention was there's a stair cleaning handle at the bottom there, so despite the weight of this you can actually put your hand under there to steady the machine while you use the main nozzle to clean the stairs, and above here there's a carrying handle. But to this side we have a grill. So it says 6-stage microfiltration, allergen filtration, 100% dust mites, 99.98% ragweed pollen. I don't really know what ragweed pollen is, but you open that, it doesn't open very wide, does it? Probably because the cord's in the way. Hang on. There we go. So it's just a little, again, well, it's not really that much of a scouring pad like the pre-filter was. It's more foamy feeling this one, and it's about 3 layers. 3 different coloured layers. I don't know what they mean, but seems like a nice filter. Decent filter. Oh, which way did it go now? Yeah, it went that way, didn't it? So it fits in that way. No sort of rubber seals like filters have on them these days. But I imagine the new Hoover wind tunnels that you can buy now in the USA have HEPA filters and things. But at the time when this was out, which would have been at the turn of the century, i.e. 2000, something like that, HEPA filtration wasn't really that popular. But I mean, that's pretty good, I suppose. So further up here we have a nice little compartment which says cleaning tools. That just pops open, and that houses the upholstery nozzle, the crevice tool, and the dusting brush, which I still need to sort that, try and sort that out to get those bristles bounced up again. We'll see how that goes anyway. But they all fit neatly at the top, ready for instant use. They're all at a nice height, so you don't have to bend down. That just closes over them to keep them in position. So you have the on-off slider here, so that's on, and obviously that's off. So round to the back we have a cord hook that revolves. You just turn that down and the cord is released. It's a nice long cord. Of course you've got the standard UK plug, a little clip there. I did move the clip up because it was right down here and it really needs to be up here somewhere, because the cord won't go over one last time like that. It stops about there, so I had to move the clip up. That's no biggie. So on the back you have the hose, which is a very nice, flexible, stretchy hose. You know, it's a decent length for upholstery and things, but you won't get up the stairs with that. I can tell you that now. Very easy to remove for blockages and things. You might be able to see the sensor here. Yeah, there it is. Can you see it? That little, just maybe, that little plastic thing down in there, that's the sensor. Anyway, that's where the hose fits on, so it is easy to unblock if it should be blocked, which it really shouldn't get blocked. But when you're not using the hose, you can close that little door there, little flap there. The hose just sticks in there when you use it as an upright. The last tools that are on the machine are the 2 extension ones. They store neatly on the back there. Of course you have the handle release at the bottom there. So it has 3 positions. It has the locked upright position. It has the working position, which goes to the 3/4 position, and if you press it again you get low profile to get under beds and things. It's pretty low profile. I'm sure you get under most beds with that. There are machines that will go flatter than that, but it's not bad. So let's have a look underneath where all the magic happens. It'd be better if I spun this round really into the light, wouldn't it? That's a bit better. So it is a very aggressive brush roll. Those bristles are very, very stiff. I'm sure you could get the black burnt on crud off your oven racks. You know, the racks in your oven, I'm sure this would bring it off. But yes, all joking aside, they are very, very stiff and they do a very good job at agitating the carpet. For edge cleaning, it goes a decent length to the edge, not too bad, but there are these rubber fingers on the edge there, on each side, which are supposed to assist edge cleaning. but it has that nice angle of the bristles, which when they spin round it takes the dirt into the direction of the airflow which is there. A very large opening, and you might just be able to see there's the channel, the wind tunnel thing. So the only thing that makes it a wind tunnel is a little piece of plastic that slots into the brushroll housing, which is just there. You probably can't see it, but this extra piece of plastic there. So here's the main housing, and this is that piece of plastic, and that's what gives it the 2 channels of suction. I think it's 2 channels anyway, because it's got this main one, then the suction that comes from over the top and underneath. So yeah, I think it's 2 channels, but I think they've changed it to like 3 channels or something like that now. But originally, when this was launched, I think it was just 2 channels of suction. But if I'm wrong, don't hesitate to correct me. You can do if you like. So it has these plastic bars here, which are supposed to stop things getting drawn into the brush roll. But yes, it's a very, very good deep cleaner, this. You have the height adjustment wheels there, the main wheels at the back, and here we have the ratings sticker. We can see this. Let's have a look. So it says Maytag cleaner. It's got the website on it there, maytag.com. Model U5450-M01. 1300 watts, 220 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz. Bag type Y, belt 38528-039. Serial number 120000001859. I believe that the dating on the US models is the first 4 numbers of the serial number, so if I was to read it this way, it would be December 2000, I believe. But as you can see, where's it gone now? I read it somewhere before. Maybe it's not on the thing. Yes, it is. There it is. Made in USA. That's very good to see. I believe some of these were made in Mexico, and they are now made in China, I believe. But anyway, we'll get some dust down here. Oh, well, I'm just going to put some sugar down to show you the lights. But I'm trying to do this before my light fades completely, because it is still January and it's 3:45. So let's put some sugar down here. And I'll show you the agitation and the clean and dirty lights. A bit more, there we go. So, just grab the card and off we go. Now it is a loud machine, but it's not over, it's pleasant enough to listen to. So off we go. So there you go. Now the Brushroll tends to rattle on this for some reason when it's stood upright, when it's switched on. Possibly the bearings have gone a bit worn on it, I'm not sure. It hasn't been used, so I don't see how it could, but there you go anyway. So it's not overly loud. I mean, it's noisy, but it's not. It doesn't get down your ears as in high pitch. But there it is anyway. So, hopefully you've enjoyed, and thank you for watching this rather long, possibly boring video. So there we have it.